Hello and welcome to Martinsville Speedway in Martinsville, Virginia for week 6 of the 2015 Red Light Truck Series. I'm your host, Jeremy Patterson. With me tonight is Matt Breckel. We'll do our best to keep up with what's happening on the track and show you all the action. Tonight the boys will be racing for 90 laps on this half-mile short track. It's a very difficult track, hairpin turns, limited space, and hardly any banking will put these drivers and their patience to the test. Pace speed tonight, 45 miles per hour. Pit road speed is 35 miles an hour. Easy to accidentally exceed that and get a pit road penalty. Hopefully these drivers can keep it under 35 and not have to move to the back of the line for that. 2 quick resets tonight. Drivers now have the ability to choose whether or not to use their resets, and with all the bumping and banging you typically see on these short tracks, the reset option could play big into these drivers' strategy. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I definitely think it's good that they put it in as an option, because otherwise you'd use it on your first 2 pit stops, no question.
Right, exactly. Because I mean, pretty much everyone expects there's a little going to be a little bumping and banging. And I was watching them during practice. Honestly, it seems like the biggest trouble they seem to be having was spins coming out of turn 4, and I kind of expected that. I did some driving on this track last week, and coming out of turn 4 it's really easy to upset that back end and have it come around on you. So I kind of expect to see a little bit of that. They were doing pretty good in traffic though, so hopefully they can keep their patience and keep it straight while they're out there racing.
Yeah, one thing we do a little bit different than other leagues is we went ahead and no limits on the incidents, because we think that the drivers are going to be good enough where if they get in a wreck or 2, it's not going to be anyone's fault. It's just going to be something that happened.
Right, good point, Matt. And that that allows us to you have an admin watching, and we know if somebody needs to park it for the night. And fortunately, we have not had that issue yet at all at Red Light Racing. So these drivers will keep that up. Let's have a look at our top 10 in season points. Sean Butler holds on to that top position. After a sweep at Auto Club last week, he got pole and won the race. Max Terrio got 2nd last week, and that bumped him up to 2nd in the season points. He's doing a great job this season. And only halfway through, so we'll have to see if one of these guys are going to be able to challenge Sean for that lead. A couple guys not far behind him. And with a couple short tracks thrown into the mix, that can really shuffle things around. And just a reminder to the viewers, this season we are following the NASCAR Sprint Cup schedule, and we'll probably continue that with the next season. One little change we made up was we put Pocono in instead of Richmond, just for setup purposes. And I see a checker flag out there. It looks like the drivers have finished qualifying. And Sean Butler is on pole again. Very fast lap, 20.096. I think that was faster than anything we saw in practice, Matt.
Yeah, he was fastest in pits and then backed it up with even faster time in quals.
So we got 14 drivers going to take the track tonight. Looks like we're supposed to have 14. Unfortunately, Christopher Hurlow is having problems with his computer. I do not think he's going to make it tonight. Well, of course, he did run a qualifying lap, so maybe he will. Or it might have been a different driver. I thought it was Christopher. Maybe a different driver said he had a problem with his computer and was going to have to duck out.
Checking, he hasn't gridded yet, but he did run.
Listen to those engines rumble. They are getting ready to go here at Martinsville.
Laps, probably won't even need to worry about it. But what's a field run here? So
You know, Matt, I honestly didn't look at it. That's one of the things I normally try to do when I'm doing practice during the week, and I totally forgot this time.
Yeah, me too. Because usually in Martinsville, you think, okay, just going to pit for tires every time. No. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, we've had tracks where we thought it was going to be crazy and it ended up being nice and clean. All right, here we go. So drivers are rolling out. Let's run you through the grid here. We do have 2 pace laps, so we don't need to run through this too fast. Up front, Sean Butler and Joshua Buckley.
Row 2 is Nate LaFleur and Keith Haney.
Row 3, we got Christopher Hurlow and Dustin Phillips.
Row 4 is John Furshey and Quinn O'Brien.
Row 5, Max Terrio and Jamie Christensen.
Back in row 6, we've got Busher and Joshua Butler.
And rounding out the field, the 55 of James Haney and Tim Lewis made it in. So good to see him again this week. And we got 1 to go now. Drivers are going to get lined up, and we'll see how this works out. Pace car ducks off. You can see pit road turn in is there on the back stretch, going into turn 3. Great job by everybody getting through turn 1.
'22 stuck on the outside, losing spots. Oh, and I think he's the number 15.
Oh, the 15, we got a, oh yeah, they're all doing an accordion, but you know what? They held on to it. Let's go back and watch a replay and see what happened there. Looked like they were going into turn 3 and just got a little bit piled up. Wow, you see how much the 15 got turned sideways on that replay, and he just held on to it. Great job by Pershing. All right, we're back live. Looks like the leader is making a good gap between himself and the number 2 of Joshua Buckley, but short track racing, you're never getting too far away from everybody. These drivers have done a pretty good job. They're pretty well straightened out in a single line, and that will help us get a lot of green flag laps in.
Yeah, it was one thing I was worried about is, like in real life. Oh, there we go, caution.
And just like I said, it was a spinner. He was coming off of turn 4. That's exactly, that is such a hard spot. Go back and have a look. This is the 81 and Nate LaFleur. Comes out of turn 4 and just back end gets a little crazy on him. Great job by those drivers dodging him though. I don't think anybody hit him. One more look here. Yeah, you see his back end started to come around and he corrected it, and I think he just overcorrected a little bit. You see that 87. Great job by him dodging down there. That was the 87 of Keith Haney getting down out of the way.
And only one buyer on pit road, Tim Lewis.
All right, and that is a good decision by Tim. Anytime you're in the back, you might as well go ahead and get new tires. Yeah, I'm telling you, that turn 4 is just, it's really difficult. It's so easy just to kind of get a little bit too much of the throttle and swing that back end around. But like I said, great job by those guys dodging that wreck, or dodging that spin. And we'll get back out here and get some more clean racing going.
Yeah, we're already 10 laps into this 90 laps. It's going to be a pretty quick one.
Yeah, I wasn't real sure what a good number of laps would be for a track like this, but I figure with it being our first short track, let's just make it, you know, let's not do any endurance racing on a short track on our first one. And if the drivers like it and they handle it pretty well, next season we might have a little bit longer races on some short tracks.
Yeah, I'd like to see some longer Bristol races. That'd be nice.
Oh yeah, Bristol is a lot of fun. It is pretty wild. Completely different than this track. You know, they're the same length as this track, but I think that's pretty much where the similarities stop.
All right. Coming around 3, coming around 4 to take the green.
Almost had a little stack up there in the back right at the start, but I think they got it straightened out. Oh no, the 15 and the 22 was that Pershing and Dustin Phillips almost got together. I think the 15 might have gave him a little bit of a tap on that left rear quarter. But they keep it straight. Oh, someone's in the wall. They get all stacked up, but they keep it straight. I think that was Christopher Hurlow coming out of turn 4, caught a piece of the wall, and that kind of stacked them all up behind him. Oh, another one coming out of turn 4. Caution's out. Let's go back and have a look at what happened. We'll just take it in slow motion. It looks like the number 4 of Tim Lewis was the one who spun around here. You see right there is on the outside of the number 13 of Robert Boucher, and those two just make just enough contact, and coming out of turn 4, you know, you can't afford to have any contact like that, and just enough to bring him around. Looks like Boucher gets a good bite of the inside wall there too.
It's like Christopher Hurlow, and so is Dustin Phillips. Boucher. Yeah, really, I guess the back half.
Yeah, lots of drivers on pit road now. A couple of them getting repairs, a couple of them just getting tires. And you know, it's so easy to eat your tires up at this track too. You get caught on the outside and you just tear them up.
Yep.
It's also easy to crank the wheel too far because it feels like it, you know, it's such a tight turn. The truck just does not want to turn around. So I always find myself realizing, you know what? I think my wheel's over a little too far. I'm probably just eating my front tires and not really helping myself here.
Yeah, it comes with a limit to any more turning, and you're not doing it.
Right. Yep. It gets real bad. Finding that sweet spot though, that's what it's all about. And these guys you always see up front here, that's what they've figured out. They can find that sweet spot really well. So 2 cautions in pretty rapid succession there. And like I said, that turn 4 is it's so difficult coming out of there. It requires a lot of patience, and especially, you know, you see those guys are side by side. You know, they really, really want to get a little more throttle so they can pass the other guy on the front stretch. All right, pace car ducks in. We're getting ready to go green again.
Fingers.
Ooh, little stack up on the start. Looks like the 22 Dustin Phillips. Couple guys bouncing around. Still a lot of movement, a lot of side-by-side action. Oh, they go 3 wide. Yep, they're coming around again. Caution is out. I can't tell if that caution was for the 8 and the 22. I think we had 2 incidents at the same time. See that? Okay, they were wrecking down the front stretch. I think that's Tim Lewis and someone else again. Coming down the front stretch,
Yep.
and at the same time as that, they were wrecking in turns 1 and 2 as well. Completely unrelated incidents, I think.
Whew.
Well, I mean, it's Martinsville.
Yeah.
I hope for their sake they can get some good, clean racing in, because I know it's a lot of fun doing that, and it's not a whole lot of fun pacing around, but yeah, it looked like the 84 of Kevin O'Brien and the 4 of Tim Lewis got together on the front stretch, and at the same time you had the 9, or the 8 of Jamie Christensen, and I think the 22 of Dustin Phillips get together.
You have to be really good at driving to make the outside line work, and it's pretty hard to actually make it without losing spots.
Yeah, it really is. You know, it's one of those things where you're better off just giving as much room as you can and finding a spot and falling back in line, and trying to make something work later.
I mean, even the pros, you know, a couple days ago when you're watching on NASCAR, that after like the first 2 or 3 laps, they go ahead and just go in line.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, on a track like this, a lot of it is survival. It's surviving long enough to get a chance to do something. Pure aggression is not going to win it for you here. Well, one good thing about with it being a short track, the cautions don't take too terribly long. Seems like as soon as I get done watching the replay, they're already stacked up and ready to go again, and now the pace car is ducking off, and here we go. Good job around turns 1 and 2 by these guys. Let's keep that kind of racing up, and we'll have some green flags.
Ooh.
Little rough. We made it through. Yeah, these guys that are staying side by side, honestly, I think I'd want to just fall back and give up a spot or two. Side by side of this track is so hard to do.
Yep.
Great job. Looks like they got singled up for now. A little bit of bumping and banging still going into the turn. It's hard to judge when the guy in front of you, is he going to brake hard or not so hard, and you don't want to brake more than you need to, but you also don't want to slam into the back end.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of chrome horns being applied on the entry.
Yeah. And I don't think any of it's intentional. I don't think people are trying to move people. It's just, you know, everybody's got their own different braking point, and I don't think they really got to practice this enough with each other to know kind of what the standard braking point is. front. Sean Butler still has a pretty comfortable lead ahead of the number 2 of Joshua Buckley. And Keith Haney, he's back there in third. He's always been a strong driver in our league. Side by side now with the 99 of Joshua Butler and the 42 of Max Terrio. Max gets around Josh. Oh, we got a spinner. Kevin O'Brien got turned around, no caution, and he gets it turned back straight and picks it up. Good job, Kevin. Let's watch a replay. Yep, same thing, turn 4. And fortunately, nobody got caught up in that. And we'd stay green. But now Sean Butler is right behind Kevin, so Kevin lost a lot of ground there, and Sean Butler's about to put him a lap down. Let's go on board with Sean Butler. And you can see Kevin right there ahead of him. And this spot right here is just so hard. In this turn, trying to get the truck to rotate. Looks like Sean's doing a great job of it, though. And this spot right here, coming out of turn 4, is so easy to get too much of the throttle. So Kevin goes wide, lets Sean pass him. Kevin's the first car lap down. And Buckley's quite a ways back. He's a good, what, 3.5 seconds behind Sean.
Yep.
Ooh, a little more bumping and banging. Looks like the 81 of Nate LaFleur. And I couldn't tell, it looked like the 13 of Robert Boucher. And the 8 of Jamie Christensen's in there with him too, so all three of those guys still battling really hard for those positions. You know, once you get behind somebody for several laps and you kind of learn their breaking point, and it's not so bad anymore, but you get behind a new, it's, you know, it's like a new dancing partner. You end up stepping on their toes a bunch till you figure out, you know, what they like to do.
Yeah. Watching Christopher Hurlow a little bit, I think he's trying to bide his time, maybe get past Keith Haney in a couple laps. Yeah,
I'm watching him too. He is right behind Keith Haney. And it looks like those guys, you know, you can see that perfect distance they're maintaining between each other. That's what's good. Once you get behind somebody, you can learn their breaking point, then you're not slamming into them every turn. But once you start getting aggressive, going for a move, it's sometimes hard to avoid it. Yep. Oh, Hurlow gets a little bit of a wobble there coming out of turn 2, but he holds on to it. Oh, and Keith Haney almost goes around. Did you see that?
I did see that. That was pretty busy.
Let's go on board with Keith Haney and watch this replay.
And Hurlow completes the pass.
Look at that. Oh, man, he was drifting Ken Block style. That was just amazing. I can't believe he held on to that. Great job. Great job on that, Keith. And we are back live now. Sean Butler continues to extend his lead. He has a 5.6 second lead on second place Joshua Buckley. And he continues to put cars laps down. Oh, actually, I take that back. Kevin O'Brien is the only car a lap down right now, but he is right on Jamie Christensen's tail.
Yeah, coming up on him.
Yep, so that 8 Chevy of Christensen will be the next one to go a lap down.
Christensen just hit the inside wall.
And now these drivers are singled up enough where now they can fight the track. They can kind of stretch their legs a little bit and try to hold on to it coming out of turn 4.
Just past the halfway.
Sean Butler, once again, absolutely dominated this track. He's led all but one lap. Joshua Buckley led one lap. And Christopher Hurlow still putting the pressure on Buckley. Hurlow looks to the inside of Buckley. Can he make it stick? Oh, and we got a caution right after the pass. Looks like the 55 of Haney went around, James Haney. Oh, Butler got a little taste of that. Let's go back and have a look at the replay. I think the 55 of James Haney kind of made contact with the 99 of Butler. That's Joshua Butler, and that sent him around. He was probably on the brakes really hard trying to avoid it. Let's have a look from another angle. Back it up just a little bit more.
Yeah, it sucks too because the leader went to pass him, and that's exactly when the 55 decided he wanted to roll in again. So he gave Sean some hits on the front.
Yeah, that wasn't good. Looks like the 13 of Robert Boucher got a big piece of the side of Haney's truck there. And then you see from Butler's point of view, he has a windscreen full of smoke, and I don't think that Haney was moving again necessarily. He just sort of rolled down the track a little bit. And oh, you're right. He hit the gas and started moving again. Oh, that's not good. Might have been a little premature getting on the gas there.
Should have waited and let everybody.
Yeah, that's a good tip for any driver watching this. Is you get in a wreck, you get turned around, and there's other cars on the track. Just lock it down and hold it down. It's really hard to judge what someone's going to do, but mistakes happen. It's difficult sometimes. You don't have the visibility and don't know somebody's coming up on you. But yeah, usually the best thing to do is just keep it locked down until everybody's gone past.
Yeah, and Sean did a 4-tire stop and got a quick repair, and he's good to go.
And it looks like Keith Haney stayed out. He has not pitted yet. Kind of a little surprised at that move. Let's see if there's some strategy here that we don't know about, but we did have a pretty good green flag run there, though. That was fun to watch. And like I said, short cautions. Pace car's already ducking off. We're already getting ready to go green again. Sean Butler gets around Haney right there on the first turn. And Sean is on 4 fresh tires. Pretty much all these drivers are, so I think Haney's probably, well, he went real wide on that turn, but I think he's just going to fall back in the pack here. Oh, we got the turnaround. Dustin Phillips and Joshua Butler get together. And you know that old saying, cautions breed cautions at a track like this. That's can't be any more true.
It's true.
And let's have a look here. You see yeah, it looked like the 99 Joshua Butler just got a little corner of the 22's rear end, but again, that's that turn 4 where everybody's already loose anyway, and all it takes is that little tiny tap, and it's going to do it. Yeah, it's just enough. So bad luck for Dustin there, and for the rest of these guys having to do some more pace laps. So Sean Butler will lead him again.
Quick reset, we got all 4 drivers still on the track. We got 13 on the lead lap.
Alright, so up front we'll have Sean Butler and Christopher Hurlow. You remember 2 weeks ago, Christopher Hurlow held Sean off for a win at Phoenix. And he's probably going to be looking to try to do the same thing again tonight. He's made his way up to the front.
All right, 29 to go.
Green flag. Side by side all the way back, going into turn 1 and 2. Almost 3 wide with Dustin Phillips, but he backs out. Meanwhile, the 2 of Buckley looks to the inside of Hurlow. He's going to make that pass, and he's going to be up in the 2nd place now. Further back in the field, we're still side by side. That 13 of Robert Boucher got on the brakes hard there to not hit Max Terrio. Good job. And the 99 at Joshua Butler kind of stuck down there on the bottom. Oh, and he turns Robert Boucher. Boucher hangs on to it. Can he? He's going to get back on the track, and the caution is out for that. Let's go back and have a look at what happened. Right there, you see the 99 and Joshua Butler just a little too heavy going into the entry. Boucher almost saves it there, but I think he got on the gas a little bit and it brought the back end around again, and was getting it rolling. But another car started coming around the turn, the 84 of Kevin O'Brien, and that forced the caution out. So, fortunately, not too much damage to that truck, but again, I have to deal with another caution here. Sean Butler has to hold off the starters. Buckley was on a good run there too. Buckley and Hurlow, both of these guys are up there. They're not letting Sean have it easy, that's for sure.
Yeah, now Hurlow will start on the inside. We'll see if he can reverse the favor of what happened in the last restart.
And you see the 55 at James Haney there getting his wave around. I think that'll put all of them on the lead lap.
Yep, all 4 cars on the lead lap. Trucks.
So 6 cautions so far, pretty caution heavy. Not too terribly bad as far as cars wrecking each other. We've had a handful of ones that are just self spins or just what would normally be a little tiny tap, kind of inconsequential. But with how loose that back end is here at turn 4, I think almost all of our cautions have happened right there in turns 3 and 4. Not all of them, but almost.
We don't know if it's just they come across almost like the T-Street's about to cut out on it.
All right, the lights go off on the pace car. We'll get doubled up and have another shot at it. We only got 20 more laps to make it happen. Green flag. Ah, there they go again. The 22 gets turned, and that stacks them all up. Caution is out again. Let's have a look at what happened here. See the 4 Tim Lewis go up the track a little bit. That slowed him down. 22 of Dustin Phillips got into him, and that just stacked them all up. And nowhere for some of those guys to go. Max Terrio and Nate LaFleur got a lot of that wreck.
Hey, Jeremy, I think it seems we maybe had
All right, so we're going to be looking at 14 to go on the start. Lights are off on the pace car. Pace car ducks off and we get ready to go green. Ooh, little stack up on the start. They're 3 wide. They better get that straightened out. More cars are going to go around. Can they hang on to it? They're still 3 wide. 3 wide down the backstretch. Someone's got to back out. They make it through. How they did, I don't know, but they did make it through. That is amazing. So Sean Butler gets out there and continues to stretch that lead out. Buckley and Herlo once again not far behind them, but they got to battle each other too. And most of these other drivers have gotten pretty well sorted out. I still cannot believe that they didn't wreck on that start. They were 3 wide for almost a full lap. Keith Haney all over Tim Lewis for that 4th spot. Oh, we got a car going around. Oh, they held on to it. That looked like the 55 of James Haney. Let's watch and see if they can hang on to this, guys, side by side. Oh, little too much. Great job by Joshua Butler hanging onto that completely sideways. Meanwhile, Sean Butler starts catching up to these guys. But back here at the other end of the field, these guys are battling so hard. We're down to 5 to go. Let's try to keep it green. Oh man, they're battling so hard though. James Haney and Jamie Christensen bumping off of each other, bumping off the wall, but they hold on to it, keep it straight. Sean Butler, leader, has a nice almost 2-second lead on Joshua Buckley, 2nd place. Joshua and Christopher fighting for 2nd. Go on board with Christopher Herlo. He's got 3 laps to try to make something happen. He's got Buckley right in front of him. So easy to overdo it coming out of turn 4. Hang on to it, Chris. Yeah, good job. Oh, Buckley gets a little piece of the wall. You saw the sparks fly off of his truck. That allows Herlo to catch up to him. Herlo really putting the pressure on. White flag is out. Next one ends the race. Sean Butler up front, he's definitely, he's got a nice, comfortable lead ahead of these guys. He comes around to take his third checkered flag in a row. Joshua Buckley holds on to second place. Keith Haney, Tim Lewis, John Fershing, Dustin Phillips. Oh, we got Robert Boucher wrecking across the finish line. He gets it straightened out. Looks like he finishes 8th. So congratulations to Sean Butler, 3rd win in a row. What an absolute crazy race. That last little bit there at the end was awesome. And to our viewers, I apologize. I think we did lose Matt on the microphone. We're having a little bit of trouble with our TeamSpeak here. If he pops back in, he can help me do the interviews and whatnot, but if not, I'll finish up the broadcast for us. Sean Butler burns the tires off of that truck. You know, I could never do a burnout here at Martinsville. I always end up just into the wall. He did a great job on that. All right, so there's your top 3. Sean Butler, Joshua Buckley, and Christopher Hurlow gave us a nice, exciting finish there with a good chunk of green flag laps at the end with some amazing battling. Let's pull Sean down here and have a chat with him. And I apologize, folks. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Unfortunately, we're having TeamSpeak issues. Oh, here we go. Sean, this is Jeremy Patterson in the booth. You got a copy? All right, folks, I'm sorry. It sounds like we are having audio problems with our TeamSpeak, so we're not going to be able to get interviews in tonight. We do want to say congratulations to Sean Butler for his 3rd win in a row. Congratulations to these other drivers, Joshua Buckley, Christopher Hurlow. Put on a great race. It's Martinsville. I mean, there's going to be a lot of wrecks, a lot of beating and banging. Overall, though, these guys do an awesome job out here. I love watching them week after week. And we look forward to next week where we'll be seeing them in Texas. That'll be Texas Motor Speedway for 80 laps. Nice fast track, 1.5 mile. Cookie cutter track, but they're a lot of fun. Kind of a nice break from these crazy tracks, but after that we'll be heading off to Bristol, and after Bristol we hit Pocono and then Talladega, so a good mix of tracks here. It's going to be exciting watching these drivers do this, and we are going to go off the air now. We do appreciate you watching and apologize for not having interviews set up here, and we will see you next week.
Thanks, Harry.